everyone, Mitch coming in from the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, well, Commander combos just got absolutely crazy, turned up to a new level. Let's talk about some wild brand new synergies that you need to try. Let's talk about it. So if you haven't ever checked out Commander Spellbook, I highly recommend it. It is an amazing search engine. It's basically Scryfall, but for combos, and also has like a really cool, like you paste your deck in there and all of a sudden it tells you what combos you might have hidden in your deck that you don't know. We're like, oh, just one extra card? Cool, yeah, include that too. Yeah, featured combos right now, though. I love when they update this because we get to see the most recent combos. And first of all, let's talk about an obnoxiously hilarious combo between Jumbo Cactuar and Swords of Plowshares. Again, swords are in so many decks already, right? Like, decks just like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, that's just like standard amazing removal, right? So, of course, it just now combos with a brand new exciting card very easily where, oh, yeah, you just probably win the game. A 1/7 plant that costs 7 mana in green, and it's got, whenever it attacks, it gets plus 9,999 until end of turn. In Swords of Plowshares, of course, an instant for a single white mana. Exile target creature's controller gains life equal to its power. I think you can see where this is going. And actually, there's a lot of Jumbo Cactuar combos, and we'll talk about those here in a little bit. We'll go through some other different cards first, but yeah, this is literally just, okay, on that turn, do you have Jumbo Cactuar attacking? Cool. Yeah, do so. You're great. Yeah, if it doesn't get through or if it's about to die anyways, just go, oh, okay, cool. 1 mana. I gain near infinite life. Good luck, opponents, ever trying to take me out when I'm at 10,000 life, essentially. So, of course, the prerequisites, again, I love this site. It shows you kind of what exactly you need. Short Splashers in hand, Jumbo Cactuar on the battlefield without Summoning Sickness. A single mana available. You attack, it gets plus 7,999. You cast it, you exile it, you gain, again, near infinite life gain, 10,000 life. It's going to be tough to stop you. That being said, what is really tough too is the price for Jumbo Cactuar. My goodness, yeah, this price right now is not just from Swords of Plowshares. It is from Jumbo Cactuar. That is why. That being said, a very exciting brand new combo. And again, there's plenty of other Jumbo Cactuar combos we'll get to here just in a little bit. But next up, let's talk about a combo. I knew there was going to be some combos with this one. I just didn't know exactly how. Emet-Selch Unsundered. And apparently Essence Flux and any extra turn spell. Specifically ones that don't exile are kind of what you're looking for, though, obviously. So, Emet-Selch is a 2/4 Elder Wizard for 3 mana into Mirror. Vigilance, enters or attacks, draw a card, discard a card, so loot. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform it, and it flips over into Hades, Sorcerer of Eld, a 6/6 Avatar Vigilance. During your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card or token may put to your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. So, that's, amazing. You'll play things out of your graveyard. They do go away when you play them, or do they? Because Essence Flux says, instant for a single blue mana, exile target creature control, then return that card to the battlefield, arms on control, ignore the spirit counter on it. And then, of course, extra turn spells, very simply, just like this one. Hey, text extra turn for this one. No other text on it. That's what we're looking for. And there are 6 other cards that combo with this, too. I love this site. It shows off again. But yeah, exactly, kind of like the different versions of the combo as well. Okay, prerequisites. Emet-Selch on the battlefield as the backside. Essence Flux extra turn spells in your graveyard, and then all of a sudden you have enough mana to cast the extra turn spell and Essence Flux each turn, which is, well, 6 mana. You're gonna have 6 mana if you're at this point, and there are at least 13 cards in your graveyard, which you're gonna be at as well with this commander. Now, these steps are cast the extra turn spell from your graveyard by paying its mana cost. You hold priority, so while it's on the stack, you cast Essence Flux in your graveyard. By paying its mana cost, you blink Hades, and it comes back in play as Emet-Selch. So that whole, downside that it has of card or token put in graveyard from anywhere, Exile said, isn't there because the front side of the card is up now. All of a sudden, you resolve the extra turn spell, causing you to take an extra turn for this one. At the beginning of your upkeep during extra turn, Emet-Selch triggers, transforms back into Hades, and then you rinse and repeat because every turn you can do that again and again and again and again and again. Your opponents are going to love you. But yeah, this is a very spicy combo. And again, one that there's so many different variants of the combo, and that's why I love this side. It shows off all of them. Yeah, so again, Ghostly Flicker, Planar Incision, Blur, all the other blink effects can be utilized instead of that. And of course, again, it gives you all the different variations of, well, this too. So there you go. So whether you're building a deck around this brand new commander, or it's going to be in the 99 of one of your decks, definitely consider combos like this, if your playgroup is okay with combos, of course. Next up, one that, thank goodness, isn't in the color combination for this commander, but definitely for a bad gift strategy. Yeah, Stiltskin is awesome with this combination. So we've got Archfiend of the Dross, Heartless Act, and Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant. Archfiend of the Dross is a 6/6 Phyrexian Demon with flying for 4 mana in black. Enters the battlefield with 4 oral counters on it. Beginning of your upkeep, move oral counter from it. Then if it has no counters on it, oh, you just lose the game. Whenever a creature opponent controls dies, the controller loses 2 life. So, again, massive upsides for you being a 6/6 flyer for just 4 mana and, draining your opponents. Massive downside in that, hey, if it doesn't have counters on it, you lose. That being said, Heartless Act. Let's just get rid of those counters ourselves. Why not? Instant for 2 mana. Choose 1 target creature, no counters on it, or remove it 3 counters from target creature. We're going to removing those counters. So, sorry, those counters are gone. Stiltskin Moogle Merchant, though. It's a 1/2 with lifelink for a single white mana, pay 2 tap. You're very generous. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. If they do, you draw a card. Here, take this for free. It's going to be Archfiend of the Dross. So prerequisites are Heartless Act in hand, Archfiend of the Dross and Stiltskin on the battlefield, Stiltskin without Summoning Sickness. Archfiend of the Dross has no more than 4 oral counters on it, and you've got 4 mana available. So basically, you cast Heartless Act by paying the 2 mana, remove those 3 oral counters from it. It's down to just either 1 or none. You activate Stiltskin, you give it to an opponent, and you say, here you go. Also, I get to draw a card. Beginning of that opponent's next upkeep, it triggers, they remove that oral counter, and they lose the game. Quite fun. So yeah, the result is that opponent just loses the game. Quite spicy, quite fun. Of course, you can use Stiltskin to bad gift other things as well, but this one is just quite fun. And it's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, here, take my massive thing, and all of a sudden, you lose. Next up, even Sephiroth is getting in on the combo game. Here we go. Sephiroth, Planet's Heir, Agatha's Soul Conjurer, Triskelion, and any card that gives Death Touch. There's a lot of them out there. A couple that are, referenced in this too, so you can go through them. Great, cool. Archfiend of Finality, a great one. Sephiroth, Planet's Heir, though, is a 4/4 human avatar soldier that costs 6 mana in Dimir. Vigilance. When it enters creature opponent control, get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature opponent controls dies, get a counter on it. That's quite nice. That being said, Agatha Soul's Cauldron, Ledger Artifact for 2. You may spend mana or mana of any color activated abilities creatures you control. Creatures you control with counters on them have activated abilities. Creature cards exile with it. Tap, exile target card from a graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, get a counter target creature control. And Triskelion. Yeah, it's got 3 counters on it. You remove a counter from it, 1 damage any target, which is great. But what is even better is when Sephiroth has that ability. So here's what happens with this one. Prerequisites. Triskelion in exile, exiled by the Cauldron. All the permanents on the battlefield, and Sephiroth has a counter on it, which is very easy to get, obviously. If needed, Sephiroth gives Death Touch, with the, essentially, Archfiend of, or Archetype of Finality, or any other card, essentially, that does that. Activate Sephiroth using the ability, move a counter from it, ping something for 1, destroy it because it's got the Death Touch. Or again, if it's just a bunch of goblins you're playing against, cool, get rid of the goblins, they got 1 toughness. When this creature dies, though, Sephiroth triggers, and you get a counter on it, you repeat from step 2. Basically, you've got, essentially, a board wipe on a body. Your opponents cannot get creatures into play, because if they do, they get taken out immediately whenever you want by Sephiroth, because you take off a counter, you ping something, it goes away, you get another counter. Yay! Sephiroth wins! Everyone's happy, right? Anyways, this is a really interesting combo, and again, there's definitely other variations of it too. I mean, Walking Bliss instead of Triskelion as well, but yeah, being able to utilize this could be quite fun in a Sephiroth build, or again, in the 99 of another deck as well. Okay, next up, Lightning Speed. Let's go through some other Lightning Speed. Get it, Final Fantasy? No? Okay. Anyways, let's go through some other combos with Jumbo Cactuar because, well, they're just fun. Jumbo Cactuar, a 1/7 plant, again, for 7 mana attacks, and all of a sudden becomes a 10,007, basically. So that one obviously comes with Chandra's Ignition, a source for 5 mana in red. Target creature control deals damage equal to its power to each creature and each opponent. So every other creature gets taken out, but most importantly, unless your opponents have over 10,000 life, they're gone too. So yeah, basically just attack, utilize this, your opponents lose the game. Doesn't matter if they survive the Cactuar actual attack or not. They are gone, and all their creatures too. So yeah, have fun with that. Next up though, we've got Jumbo Cactuar Ultra Dementia. So sacrifice a creature, target player puts a number of cards equal to sacrifice creature's power from the top of their library in their graveyard. Excuse me, opponent, do you have over 10,000 cards in your library? No? Okay, good. You're milled out. So yeah, this is a way to take out a single opponent on mill, or sure, I guess if you have, like a Lab Maniac combo win, Yeah, take out your own library too. There you go. Next up, though, we've got Wind Swift Slice, a very spicy one. Target creature control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control, creating a number of 1/1 Green Elf Warrior creature tokens equal to the amount of excess damage dealt this way. Instant for 3 mana. Again, an opponent, when they see Jumbo Cactuar, is like, okay, that's scary, but you know what? I've got a lot of chump blockers. It doesn't have trample. I'm fine. I've got like 40 blockers, okay? Like, it's going to take them so long to get through. And all of a sudden, you're like, okay, Wind Swift Slice on the attack. Yeah, okay, I'll deal 10,000 damage to your 1/1 Goblin. And, yeah, I'll make 9,999 1/1 Elf Warrior creature tokens. Okay. Have fun. Yeah, you just made like the largest army ever. Yeah, just have fun with that. Next up, though, of course, Selvaha Heart of the Wilds. There's a couple other creatures that do this too, like Bighorn Rancher. A 2/3 Elf Scout for 3 mana in green. Whenever creature enters battlefield under control, its controller draws a card if its power is that greater than each creature's power. Yeah, that's not going to happen with Jumbo Cactuar. That's fine. What matters, though, is pay a single green mana, tap, add X mana, any combination of colors with X Grace power from creature control. This is one that I'm definitely expecting to see in some Selvaha decks out there, because it's like, oh, hey, what's better than, like, 12 mana from Galta, which is already amazing. It's like, okay, attack, second main, I make 10,000 mana. Okay. I've got so many ways to win from there. It's gross. Okay, finally, though, I just had to include this other Stiltskin combo because it is so weird and wonky, and I love it. Oh, my goodness. Yes, Atlanak, the thrice called Martyrdom in Stiltskin. You might be like, what in the world is Martyrdom? Here we go. Atlanak first, though. A 9/9 insect beast with trample. Whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability opponent controls, draw a card. And by paying 2 mana, you can discard it and return target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Martyrdom, instant for 3 mana in white. Until end of turn, you may redirect to target creature you control any amount of damage. Such a weird card. It is so weird and so specifically worded. Again, it's like, until the end of the turn, you can just keep doing this. And also can redirect any amount of damage perpetually throughout the rest of that turn. Okay, any amount? Okay, how about 0? Yeah, that's an amount, technically. Stiltskin Moogle Merchant, again, we already went over that. Donate things. So what you're going to be doing is, well, you've got Martyrdom in hand. Atlanak and Stiltskin on the battlefield, and you can use Stiltskin's ability. And you've got just 5 mana available. Great. So you cast Martyrdom by paying the 3 mana targeting Atlanak, because, again, it is a creature that you control. You activate Stiltskin by paying 2, tapping it. You give it to an opponent. Then you activate Atlanak an arbitrarily large amount of times by paying 0, targeting itself. Atlanak triggers that many times, causing an opponent to draw that many cards and lose the game due to drawing an empty library. Basically, they just lose the game for drawing out their library for having a creature you donated to them by having it redirect damage that didn't exist. Isn't that weird? Yeah, Magic's a weird thing. So literally, again, you are saying, hey, take my giant insect beast and then take all this non-damage at it that I am just deciding to target it with. Cool. And now that I'm an opponent of it, you draw those cards. It is so weird, so awesome. I want to see someone pull this one off. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. As always, comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.